I'm raking. I forgot to push the button. I should have let that down. Anyways, maybe I should have stopped recording or started recording once I was going. Anyways. We're raking second cut. I think this is the second field I've raked today. There's a nice rut from there's a nice rut there. And the grass ain't half bad. This got mowed last night towards the end of the day. And today is pretty chilly actually, so it's not really drying as fast as it was yesterday. Yesterday it was drying quick. Gerhard was falling right along the mower. But Gerhard's coming anyways in a little bit to take over for me. I got this one little pass right here. Put it in float, let it down. Yep, Gerhard's coming back to rake. He had some stuff he was doing in the barn, so I just started raking for him. And he'll be pretty far ahead anyways of the chopper. Right there. He's on top of the knoll with the car, so he'll be taking over anyways. And I'll probably have to drive some truck now, or push bunk. I don't know. We'll see. Crop's definitely not as good as it was in first cut. Last year, second cut was better than first cut, but first cut didn't grow at all last year because it was so dry. Now this year, it was just so dry after first cut. We just never got any rain. The grass didn't grow. But everyone's having that issue. And you make the best with what you can. But I'm gonna give this to Gerhard now, the tractor, and I'm gonna go do whatever else I gotta know. Gerhard's gonna take over. I finished this field, he's folding it up. He's just finished letting it down. And he's gonna go over to the pine cone field. That's what's next. And then he has a bunch of little ones over here. So this field's all done. And we'll keep rolling. Gerhard's in this field. He's setting that up and he's gonna start raking. So I was completely wrong on what I was going to be doing. I'm running the double rake. I'm helping him in these little fields right here. There's probably like 5 little fields right here in this area. It just slows him right down. So I'm helping him. He's over there doing that one. And then probably once we're done with these little ones right here, I'll probably be doing something else. But it helps speed him up because with the less grass that there is, the chopper is very fast at catching Gerhard. So 2 rake does speed it up. I did miss some grass right there. Yes, that's on me. For some reason I thought I was in the triple rake for a second, and this thing is right behind me where the triple would be on the left side, and yeah, throws you off. He'll have that. Crossing the road at the farm. Gerhard is on this field. I guess I'm going to keep raking for a while. Gerhard's raking the side hill right here. The camera doesn't pick up how steep that is, but it's pretty steep. also pushing today. So, yep. Josh went home. We are adding to the bunk. We just open up the tarp and fold up. We got Alex coming. That thing hauls a pretty big load for just a straight job truck. That box is officially the biggest box we can possibly put on this truck. Because you couldn't see it right there, but this is high enough when she dumps, but that part, it'll hit the ground. It just scrubs when she's all the way dumped. Henry.
Are you driving with mommy? Yes?
Can you wave? Can you wave? No. He does sometimes.
Okay.
Wave. Oh, he did it!
Oh, I did a cutie pie.
He likes his Cheetos.
Yeah, he does. He's full of Cheetos.
Alright. Will Henry. Alrighty. I'll keep pushing. Philip here. I think he's getting more used to the camera. He's always smiling now with it. In the beginning he was like iffy, but they're getting used to it. Gotta get that dumping shot. Trucks going, Pete's coming, so he'll be helping. They'll take all three on the King Road. They're working their way up, but right now they're at the bare minimum where they only need two. She's shot. She's closed. Keep pushing. So I was setting up the camera up here to try to get a little bit of showing how the controls work while I'm pushing. So I missed Alex dumping. But the controls on this, your speed control, forwards, speed up, pull it back, slow down, completely stop. In reverse, it's completely opposite. Backwards is speed up, forwards is slow down. It's just like when you're backing up, it's kind of natural motion. That's how they designed it. I like it, it works really good. Your forwards and reverses right here, and your neutral.
Yeah, you don't have to come back.
I guess they're done shopping anyways for today. This is your joystick control. It'd be like your normal levered bucket system, but we hitched it up to run off the tractor controls because it has a really nice mini joystick that runs your hydraulic functions. So kind of, hopefully you can see that and see how that is. You can see how the controls are working with the bucket from where it is. It's very hard to find where to put the camera and show everything so you understand why the controls are doing with what. It's just where there's steel, place the magnet, and then the angle to show everything. It's just the best I could find. So you'll probably notice that I keep bringing my left hand over here on this. That's just because of, I don't have to, it's just I didn't bring my bucket down soon enough to push this, so I do it all at the same time. It doesn't bother me. I could have just had my bucket in the spot right away when I was backing up, but I didn't. I can also slow down and speed up right here with my force reverse. Maybe you can see that. If you can't, you can't. It does the same function as this. It's just more natural to use this because it's a lot more sensitive. Like, there's a, you can't feel it, or you guys can't definitely, you're in a damn camera. But the farther you push it, the faster it speeds up. So if you just go a little bit, this speeds up just a little bit. So I like this, works a lot better than over here. This is just convenience for little adjustments. Like right now, I can just slow down a little bit, but you're a lot quicker with using your main speed control. And the bucket system control, that works really good right here. It's just a natural forward side and side to side motion for how you would run any bucket system. So it works really good on this tractor. There's a lot of different ways to drive this tractor. You have the way I am, which is just the natural way it was made. You have the joystick control. Then I can also run it like a payloader. So I can literally turn the whole tractor into driving like a payloader. So when you give the throttle, it starts speeding up. You let go of the throttle, it'll completely stop. That's how any loader really runs. And then I can also do that. And then I can also set an RPM. So then say I only want to drive or push bunk with 1300 RPMs or 1400 RPMs, because you can do that with this. It's perfectly fine. That's why when you're going up a hill, it sounds like it's dying out. It's just because all we do is push with 1400 RPMs all day. So sometimes it's kind of lugging at the top, but you don't use a lot of fuel with it, so it works pretty good. It has plenty of more power to give it. You're never going to stall it out with this transmission. But I can set it to 13 or 1400 RPMs, and then I use the foot pedal as just as the speed control instead of having to run the lever. So the farther I push the pedal down, the faster I go. If I push it all the way down in low range with that speed, it'll probably do like 13 miles an hour. more RPMs in pedal mode, the faster it can go. So I think it'd be restricted to 13 miles an hour in low range, or even slower. High range, it'll go faster. But it's just how you want to drive it. A lot of people like pushing bunk in pedal mode that I've talked to, but I just don't. I like running it with the lever. It's personal preference. Philip is here. I'll take this down. Philip is here dumping his last load for the day. And yeah, maybe that explained a little bit. But here, I could show you actually the tractor, how to drive it. So you got different ways to drive this. There's like a bucket in here for some reason, but you have your forwards, reverse, set speeds. Those are your cruise controls. I've already showed you all that kind of stuff with manure spreading. But this right here is your forwards and reverse set speed. So when I think you have to be given, you have to give a certain amount of RPMs, like 1500, for it to exactly do your set speed in forwards. So if I flick it in forwards right now, and I don't push any lever, okay, it's less. So it's around 1350, which will make you go exactly your start speed. So that is, if I'm given 1350 RPMs, it will do exactly what my set start speed is at. So anytime, if I'm doing 10 miles an hour forwards with 1350 RPMs, and I flick this in reverse or in forwards, it'll automatically start going the opposite speed in that speed, no matter what I'm doing forwards or reverse. I can set that all the way down to 0, like this, like that, and that way, if you're doing very small movements ever, and I put it in forwards right now, this thing will not move until I push this lever forwards. Then I start moving. But, I don't know. That right there is something that'll get a lot of people that don't know these tractors, because they'll use the clutch. Well, to change that, you have to put it in forwards or reverse. If you put it in reverse, it only does the reverse one. If you want different forwards and reverse ones, I can change just my reverse one. If you don't, forwards does both together, like that. But if you push your clutch like you would a normal tractor and you try speeding up, you're just gonna change your set speed, but you're never gonna move. That gets a lot of people when they first drive these tractors. Now I can switch it over to pedal mode. Hit this button. You see that? That's power mode, so you use more with diesel. But now, there's no more start speed. You see that? Now all I'm gonna do is push the pedal. And now it's gonna drive. But it's also automatically adjusting RPMs. Now I'm gonna let off the pedal, and it stops. Put in reverse, doesn't move. Push the pedal, and we're moving. Some people really like pushing like this, and then you stop. Now you can also hit it one more time, it'll put it in eco mode. It just means it uses less RPMs, you have less torque, less power, and all that good stuff. Now, another thing you can do, instead of having it auto adjust RPMs and speed, you can use your speed settings, or not speed settings, my RPM settings. So I hit my auto speed, my selected RPMs. So I'll just do 1300 so it's not revving really high. Now, I'll put it in forwards. This thing will not move, even though it's given the RPMs, which you'd think it'd move. Now you push your pedal, and now it's never gonna use more speed, RPMs than that, but it'll drive. So now I let off the pedal, doesn't move, will not move. I can do the same thing with the hand throttle. Why you would use your hand throttle, I don't know, it'd be stupid. But yeah, you get the point. It will only move now when you use your pedal, but it will not give more RPMs than that. Some people really like this because how I will use my left hand sometimes on this, or I will bounce my hand back and forth from these two. You don't have to. You can always stay focused on running your bucket system control. I can go in my settings and adjust how sensitive the throttle is, how fast it'll accelerate. That's a lot of explaining to do, and I really just don't feel like doing it. I'm just kind of giving you a quick rundown. What I will probably do, oh, you also have this. Never mind. I forgot what this one does. I think it's the exact same thing. Oh, this one's the more sensitive one. So this is the one you want when you're doing this. It's extremely sensitive, and it's just how you would want it. With it's exactly like what I was just showing you, but it just makes all the controls more sensitive. So now I'm not gonna give any more throttle. I never have to touch this, and I'm only using my pedal. I sometimes like using this mode when I'm loading manure. I let off the pedal, flick it in reverse. You got Garrett over there cruising around. He's done raking. But this mode, set up how I'm just showing you, I might give more RPMs when I'm loading solid manure. I am actually a big fan of loading manure like that, just because I'm running the bucket system so much, forwards and reversing, getting to the next spreader. It works really good for that. This mode is not bad with pushing. I have nothing against it. It's just personal preference, because it does, if you push your throttle down a little too much, it'll speed up a lot. It's a lot harder to stay at a slow speed like this, because you don't really need to drive too fast when you're pushing grass. Corn, for some reason, I like kind of pushing a little faster, but you don't really need to. But yeah, that's just a little quick rundown of a handful of things the tractor can do. And this is a 2005, so like the new ones blow this thing right out of the water. You got so many more controls on your armrest and everything. So, turn that off. So, if you like these kind of things, me showing like a little bit of the controls and a little bit of the stuff the tractor can do, I don't know, tell me. I can always do more. I just kind of think of different stuff to record and show you guys. But yeah, that'll be it for this video. They're done chopping. I should probably fix the hellhole of bunk I made while trying to push and talk. But yeah, that'll be it for this video. Till the next one.